Hello guys, my name is Chris and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to talk about the inside of the shop. Now if you haven't seen the video where me and my wife built this shop, I'll post a link up here at the top. If you have seen the video, you know that I left you guys with kind of a cliffhanger at the end about seeing the inside of the shop. This is well overdue for you guys who have subscribed to the channel, and I apologize for that. I've just had a lot going on, a million projects, and the shop has turned into a disaster, as you will see in the video. And I just felt uncomfortable about videoing it and posting it up on YouTube, but who cares? I don't have a lot of video of the build of this just because I didn't have the equipment or the time. So I did take a bunch of pictures. So I'm going to try to voice over on a lot of the pictures as I'm walking you guys through what all we've done. I'm going to cover the HVAC system that I have in here, the plumbing, the electrical, how I framed all of this out, and yeah, that'll be pretty much the content of what this video is. Now I do want to say that I am not an expert at all. I actually work at a desk job. I'm an IT guy. This is not really done to any kind of code, or it wasn't inspected or anything like that. I was able to do that because I'm ag exempt, and technically this is an ag exempt building. So we didn't have to follow any of the code or get inspections or any of that. With that said, I did do a lot of research on electrical codes, plumbing codes, and everything, and tried to follow everything and go above and beyond code when I built this. And I also tried to well overbuild this enclosed area because obviously people are going to be inside of it, under it, and we've got a lot of weight that's up on the top. So to start with the way that I framed this out, this is all 2x6 construction, except for the interior walls, which are 2x4 construction. Now I did a treated bottom plate that is separated from the concrete with a foam seal, 2x6 studs on 16-inch center, and then the floor joists that are up on the top sit right on top of these 2x6s. The bottom plate is actually mounted with concrete anchors every 4 feet into the concrete. And then on the side over here, I have several bolts that bolt into this girt that runs right along here to keep it from wanting to basically pull away from that side there. I also took, and on the center wall that runs right through here, I put plywood on one side, and it is nailed every 6 inches. And I also did the same on this back side here. The plywood that is here is nailed a lot tighter than what the plywood that runs down this way is. The way that I did the back side of this was I used 2x6s. I'll kind of show you over here. Used 2x6s and tucked them up underneath the bottom girt that's right here. And then there's a 2x6 that's on the top girt that goes up to this girt that's right here. And we mounted that with screws and some brackets and things like that. And there's a 2x12 that runs along that back girt, like on the top. And there's some bolts, nuts and bolts that run through it and hold it tight to that girt. And then it has actually got notches cut into it where the 2x12 floor joist sits in, and then there's actually a joist hanger that's on that as well. The way that it sits on this rim on the outside, there is a double top plate on top of the studs, and then this has got lags that go up into it, I think about every probably 3 to 4 feet to hold that down, just like that. As we come in to the enclosed area, this has a lot of can lights that are inside here. All of the wiring that I've done inside of the building was MC cable, which is the metal clad cable, except for in here, it's all just regular Romex. Now what I did up in this corner right here, you can't see it, but it's actually accessible from the top. There is a transition box that converts it from the MC cable that runs from the electrical panel and converts all of the electrical that's in here to the just the regular Romex. So my wife, me, and my kids did all the sheetrock work in here, and for being an amateur, I think it turned out very, very well. I want to give a shout out to the Vancouver Carpenter channel because I did watch a lot of his videos, and I think it helped a lot on getting the fit, finish, and everything to look really nice. So on the wall here, I have a Mitsubishi / American Standard heat pump and air conditioning system. This is a 12,000 BTU unit, and basically it duplicates this on the other side. In fact, this whole area is pretty much duplicated on the back side, and I'll show you that in just a few minutes. The only difference is this area has a restroom, bathroom, shower, whatever you want to call it. And if we come in here, I didn't even have to turn the lights on because there's a motion sensor right here that will turn the lights on for me automatically. So this is a Home Depot shower. I think it's a Delta if I'm not mistaken. We got it installed and sheetrocked all of that in. All of the plumbing for that runs behind this little kick out right here. The reason that that kick out is there is because one of the main beams runs right in there. So the 1-inch PEX pipe comes in right here. I got a shut off where I can turn it off and on. Goes to a water filter right here. And then I come up and I tee off. This is my cold side, and over here is my hot side. So I've got basically a deep sink in here, the bathroom sink and toilet, and the shower. And I can turn any of those off at any time. And we come around and I've got the big water heater that is right here. I got my water heater shut off right there. And you'll see on the wall that there's a couple holes there. This medicine cabinet actually fell out of the wall, and I think what happened was
my son came down here to take a shower when the power at the main house was off, and he left the water running even though we didn't have any water. And when the power came back on, the door was closed and this room steamed up something crazy, and all of the sheetrock basically turned soft and that fell off of the wall. Luckily, it did not damage the toilet or anything like that. So
as we come into this room here, this is all of our personal storage stuff. You see the little doggy door right there? The dogs can come in and out and get out of the either heat or cool depending on what season that it is. This is all of my network system here where I've got a UPS, my NAS for file backups and everything. I have my home automation computer that runs right there that runs a software called HomeSeer on it. Then I have my NVR, which is my video recording system that records all of the cameras that are on the property, and of course my network switch and all of that that's up there. So there is the other mini split that runs this side of it. You can see that there's a little wall plate right there. The drain that comes down, that's where I connect the actual drain from the unit into PVC pipe, which goes down and then runs outside the building there. Again, lots of electrical connections throughout, lots of good lighting throughout. The electrical panel is mounted over here. I've got ground faults, arc faults, and everything right there. I did mount this little access plate, so when I'm running wires into here or the electrical panel, makes it easy. This right here is a IR controller that will work the HVAC system, so I can access these through the internet and control the air conditionings. If there's temperature fluctuations, like it gets too hot, too cold, I'll get alerts on that. This system works really nice. So on this, none of this is really done to code or anything. However, I tried to do it to code. We don't have to have inspections or any of that. This is an ag exempt building. No one's living in it. So I didn't have to worry about, you know, having the electrical inspections or the plumbing inspections or any of that sort of stuff. However, I researched it all very well and made sure that I tried to do everything to code. So that's why I've got arc faults in here. I do think I'm going to change those out to non-arc faults for some of the stuff that's out in the main shop. because every time I try to run like a power tool, it will shut off. So just a quick view of the mess. I did build this bench here so that I could throw stuff on it and not have any room to work. I do have my car lift. I've got another little bench over there. It has succumbed to the same fate as this bench, to where it's unusable because it's got so much stuff on it. So that pretty much covers the inside part. As we come outside, I have an ejector pump. This is where the discharge from the toilets and the shower and all go. And this runs, and there's a septic tank that's located over here. This is the outside air conditioning unit. I love that unit. It is so quiet, you can barely hear it running. So the electrical out here, I've got a surge protector. I'm coming down here, running off to a couple different feeds, and I mean, it's just a breaker box, basically. One thing that I need to do is move all of these down. I've got a breaker that I'm going to put right here that's for the for a generator. But so I've got the surge protector, the well, air conditioning. This is an outlet that goes to another little barn that's out there. It was tripped, ground fault. Sub panel on the inside, and then that is my welder slash RV panel that's on the inside. So as we come over here, this is the little well house that I built. See what kind of critters are living in here. So basically nothing special, just pump house. Got a little sub panel in there, got some electrical, got some lights, got the different feeds, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now this is insulated. I used some of the leftover insulation that I had from the building and put in there. When I built these here, I did put some vents in, and as you can see through the outside. I just ran some PVC pipe between the inside and the outside. That way it would vent nicely in here. So I got 3 vents on both sides. You can see right there. Got a little block to keep that open. That door is super heavy. That's pretty much it. I've got this ladder here because I was adjusting some of the point-to-point stuff that I've got right here. You can see the Starlink satellite. You can see the Ubiquity point-to-point, and one of the cameras there. Do have a little antenna for a little CB radio that's in there. So the point-to-points basically run to the barn over there, to the house over there, and then the far barn that's over there to run the cameras and all. So I have power transformer right there. There is fiber ran to the little green box right there, but we haven't connected it yet. Probably won't, because I have that Starlink, even though it's a lot more expensive. You know, we are planning to sell this place. Well, guys, thanks for staying till the end of the video. I appreciate you watching it. I hope that clears up a lot of the stuff on the inside of the building. Sorry it took me so long to get this edited, posted, and everything. But I mean, if you've watched some of my other videos, you know that between a full-time job and then handling all the stuff that we've got out here, it's just been crazy, crazy busy. A couple things that I forgot to mention in the video on the air conditioning system. I installed all of that myself, but I did not pull a vacuum on the lines or open the valves on that unit. I had a professional HVAC company come out and make sure that everything was good to go on that, which luckily it was. Also, the septic system was professionally installed. Had to get permits and everything to do the septic system. And the plan was is we were going to build a house next to where the septic system was, kind of on the other side of the shop, but plans have changed. We are going to be selling this place off. We've got 60 acres that we purchased a little bit north of where we are, and we're going to be doing all of this again. And I promise you guys, I'm going to set cameras up, I'm going to record as much as I can and get a lot of good in action as we're building it content for you. If you have any questions at all, please post them down below in the comments. I know that this was just a quick, brief run through of what all I have done in the shop and all that. A lot of it would have been super boring to just drag it all out if it wasn't really me actually doing the work in the video and all. So if you do have any questions whatsoever about any of the processes that we did, how I did certain things, let me know. If you do see anything that I did that was questionable, or maybe have suggestions on a better way to have done it, let me know down in the comments below, because as I mentioned, we are going to be almost a duplicate of what we did down there on our new property. So I'd love to hear the advice of the pros. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I hope you subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. If you are subscribed, thanks for being a subscriber. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next video.